fight or flight, I ain't one for the ledge living. I do it for the one that died but fed millions. With soul food flowed and stocked my bare kitchen. I'm liberated. I drew a play that they ain't illustrated. I make a move, they gladly imitate it. I ain't flattered, I'm a dragon to your paper castle. The Alpha and Omega, promise it ain't nothing after. A new beginning. My catalog like James Earl Jones, the ever living. Imagine if I did make beats that's more for killing. Imagine if you come from the south out my city. You probably wouldn't make it, oh yeah, really. I go extra to be great. I go extra for the fam, I go extra for the cake. I got extras on the plate. I go extra every day, I got extras on the way. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. Ain't no mileage of $4 configure the road I travel. Don't gravel that probably baffle it. Label scribble on paper, they wanna shackle it. I own my masters and royalties, you can't raffle it. Wrist drip like a mango, fingertips like I'm Thanos. Knocking doors down, no bangles. Without a Kango, tailor-made. Walk with a limp, them bands is heavy. I need a brace. I am money, I guess the...
That's an afternoon probably best suited for skating in Central Park, but we're across the river, and we are in for a cold one at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Washington Commanders and the New York Giants. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Jones going to get this out wide to Tony. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So that as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right, you're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. The Giants add 8 and 3 now. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. I tell you what, CD, this Washington defense, very strong in the victory last week.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
That one covers 29 yards, first down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3, this is where the ball goes anymore.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Throwing Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
play of this opening drive coming up. This is third down. Now Jones. And nowhere to go with the football. He'll just tuck it and go down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. On fourth down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Wentz bringing the Commanders up for 1st and 10 at the 20. Now Wentz. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Tay Crowder putting in the work and getting that stop defensively.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after it.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
I know. Game, Charles, you can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Gibson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he finds McLaurin. And he's going to have a Commander's 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful of one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time here with Brian Robinson. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. It's a pickup at 12 and a Commander's 1st down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Once again here on 2nd and 10. Out left to Dotson. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Wentz going to go on 4th down. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darian Beavers. And the Giants are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. I appreciate the aggressiveness trying to go for it there on 4th down, but you're in the red zone, had 3 points in your back pocket. Instead, Charles, they throw it away.
Certainly a big call to go for it on 4th down. As you said, in the red zone. Definitely going to cost them 3 points, and we'll see how that affects the game as time goes on.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. Kendall Fuller, boy, no problems for him on that play defensively. Really nice tackle for loss.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Looking to throw. Jones has this complete to Daniel Bellinger. No score after 1 on EA Sports. An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. On is Jamie Gillen to punt this one away. But he'll get this away into the icy winter air.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Wentz. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. To throw, it's Wentz. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
That's going to be caught. Touchdown. Terry McLaurin, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Commanders post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. And he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Back to throw. Jones. And it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you could have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
Straight ahead, Gibson. 4 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. A sizable gain there, 9 yards as they get it back to a 3rd and 5.
You've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown.
Well, it certainly looked to me like he tapped into the quarterback's thought process there. And what I'm hearing more and more when I go around the league, defenders sitting in on quarterback meetings trying to learn more about how they think so they can be in the right position to be in the right spot, as he was there to pick that one off and take it all the way back for a touchdown.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
He certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
To throw again on second down. Wentz. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Julian Love picks it. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown. Cano now to add the extra point. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Targeting Thomas on the out route, making the catch. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Washington on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Wentz. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
Sly able to put this one through, and that'll get the lead down to 5. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Looking to throw. Jones. Open man right side is Tony. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 42.
Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Jones with a handoff to Barkley.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he's going to have a 1st down here. They're also in the field goal range down at the 27-yard line.
Well, a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. Now Jones throwing on 1st down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
Partner, it took a while for him to lock onto a receiver, and he finally found his man coming left to right across the formation. But by the time he got the ball to him, not much of a chance to turn upfield and make anything out of it.
Now a 2nd down and 6.
Back to throw. Jones throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. They'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Back to throw again. James has got it. Complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Buying time to his left. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Gano's kick is good, and that'll push the lead up to 8. So it was 4th down and 1 in the red zone, but they elect to take just the 3.
And I'm a little bit surprised that that's exactly what they decided to do. I kind of thought that they would go for it in that situation. But sometimes I'm sure you just think to yourself, take the 3 points, put them in your pocket, and move on.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. So we've reached halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the Giants out in front. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this 3rd quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first 2 quarters, they had 2 costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold a lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, and obviously, Charles, it would be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers continue.
I would say borderline impossible. You keep turning it over, I don't know how you make up a deficit.
Now a play fake. Wentz. And he will find his man, Samuel. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Here's a give to Gibson. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 55 rushing yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the 3rd quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Giants are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Jones. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got a man complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. He'll take it inside the 25.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Barkley, inside handoff. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Back to throw. Jones. Man open, it's Tony. He's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Kadarius Toney, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants go up by 2 touchdowns. Gano the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Wins his throw complete there to Thomas. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And now here's another interception. Picked by Julian Love. And the Giants are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for them. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
catch made by Slayton. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
But not many guys who can blow. Like Chase Young, he did it again there.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 40-yard line.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Throwing Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Third and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. Now Jones. That's complete to Slayton. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for New York. And this will be taken at the 13. 35 yards that time on the punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 22-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Howell. And Thomas has it. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Howell throwing on 3rd down here. Got an open man, finds Gibson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
On 1st down, Howell. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes, and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Another throw for Howell.
He's got the connection to Cole Beasley.
He'll get it inside the 20.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A big play there on the catch and run. 35 yards.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game. And they hit that one there for big yardage.
Here's Howell.
And his throw here is incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal?
And Howell will throw it. Looking and finding Thomas in the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Commanders get a bit closer. So this now a 9-point difference. You figure the book here says kick the extra point, make it a 1-score game.
Now, you and I have seen coaches get overly aggressive in this spot, but I agree with you. Kick it here and get back within a score.
Extra point by Sly is up and good,
as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Here's Jamie Gillendown as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a 1-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
Howell.
Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
From the gun on third down, Howell. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. Fourth down, Howell, desperation time. Completes it to Samuel. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. First down, Howell to throw. Out route looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
Howell throwing on first down here. And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Giants are going to have it here just past the 25.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Now Jones just going to bat this forward on the jet sweep.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
Washington looking for another timeout, and they get it.
That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. And this offense on third down today, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, Jones. Got a man, Slayton. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Excellent play there on third down. Give them 25 yards.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout.
So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. It's Barkley on the counter. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. The tackle by Cole Holcomb.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's third down.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
On third down, Barkley. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up fourth down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
You hate to give the ball away here in the fourth quarter while you're just holding a slim lead. But that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
Powell to throw.
He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Here's Howell.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Probably time for 2 more shots, and ideally, they'd like to get the midfielder set so they have a chance at a Hail Mary on the final play.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. He's back to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions and giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now he's got to make sure that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
Going for it on 4th. Here's Howell.
And this is going to wind up a safety. What a gut punch. That should be the nail in the coffin with those 2 points, making this a 2-score game now with time, Charles, clearly not on their side.
Yeah, they'd have to give the football away as well. Had a chance. Yeah, it was a small chance to get down the field. But guess what? This one's now just about over.
Down to a knee goes Jones, and that should just about seal it. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you can just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.
So for the Giants, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they'll get another home date next week as the Eagles will come to town.
Meanwhile, for Washington,
it's a loss that could have implications on the play.
We spend your whole life trying to blow up, but Elohim never had time for donuts. The beat go ham, no time for cold cuts. The game like Big Fish came to join up. Yeah, I'm still independent. They sold 1 million records. Yeah, used to be on my checklist. Big diamonds don't need a necklace. Look, we built the sound like it's double speed Tetris. I cannot build without God in it. We built the sound, you can't copy this. I never brag, it's just confidence. I never rap for your compliments. I wrote this one for the indie grind. If you ain't signed on the dotted line, can't buy my soul with no dollar sign.
What you waiting for? Are you ready? Okay, say no more. Tell the chauffeur to open Mercedes door. Put the pedal to metal and made it soar. She was, but I made it sure it was. So we stayed indoors. Let's take it where no one has been before. It feel like I've known you some years before, but I don't know. Are you ready? Okay, say no more. Are you ready? Okay, say no more.
She's a Lotus and I'm the conductor of a Magnum Opus. Simply braggadocious. Why don't we take advantage of this moment? And wherever you own, we own it. in my life. I deserve 6 rings like a Mike. I've got no sleep. I remember when it was the nosebleeds. Now they captured the fashion from flow seats. I'm a whole king.
Are you ready? Okay, say no